I think in general it's a good hero. It's good against the Pango and the Enigma. It's nice to have the grip for both of those.
10 seconds
And
remaining.
also it acts as a deterrent against the
5
the Lone
seconds
Druid pick.
remaining.
And I think finally it's also Jabs being like, look, man, I played Winter Wyvern in the previous game and I couldn't do anything in the lane. This game I'm playing Bane.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get to make all the plays in the lane and put on the pressure. So
Get some harass going.
though not necessarily the best support to go chasing around the Enigma, though he will be able to like zone out the Pangolier if he's not getting any help in the lane. Okay, so Boom. You could still LD, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of... I mean, they're taking a bit of time to think about it, right? So maybe this Bane pick has thrown a spanner into it. They know how annoying it was playing against it the other day. So...
I still think Ricky is good here for them.
Yeah,
Like,
it's something that Dreamer Cell plays a lot as well. I think they have something like a 90% win rate when they pick it too. So it's something that works really well.
like it hunts the Prophet, it pressures the Ember. Bane is just kind of free if you ever find him out. So, and they've already got push coming from the Enigma, so I don't think it's really too much of an issue going for a carry that doesn't bring a ton of building damage to the table. And then they still got that last pick, so they could still do the Dazzle or whatever they feel is good from the mid lane.
Yeah, you've convinced me. Ricky's the guy.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
It's
All right.
It's
Yeah. I don't mind it, right? Like, they won with it the other time, so...
Yeah, it's a very independent hero, so I think you can get away with having this like greedier Enigma because the Lone Druid's not going to need a lot of help, so it frees up the Witch Doctor to kind of do his own thing and go and band-aid any other lane that kind of needs it.
So this draft was exactly the same that they had last time, but they had an Ember Spirit instead.
Radiant team
Yeah.
ban.
And Fnatic just going to go for Spectre. Okay, interesting. I don't know what about this necessarily makes it a Spectre game. Like, he is going to have a really free lane because there's going to be some denies, but there's no real kill pressure coming there, and he's got the Bane to kind of protect him. It's the same that you were talking about with the Enchantress just being such a
10
good
seconds remaining.
lane bully that you can enable these greedier carries.
5
And
seconds remaining.
Spectre definitely kind of fitting in that camp. They've got a lot of global mobility now with the Prophet, the Ember, and the Spectre, so they can buy a lot of time that way.
So do you feel like... I mean, they kind of have to play for a little bit later now, though, right? With the style that they've gone on Boom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
the Dazzle
Fnatic's
suddenly
turn
gets
to
taken a
ban.
bit out of the equation because he needs to end the game real quick.
I do think the Dazzle is good against the Spectre, though. Like,
True,
Dazzle is just...
with the bad Jujus and the Lone Druid, you can take him out that way.
Yeah, well, that, and also you stop caring about dispersion if you have, or at least the damage coming back if you have the Dazzle, right?
Yeah.
You're just constantly healing your whole team. Really not that much of an
5
issue.
seconds
And like you're
remaining.
saying, it plays fast, so it's a way to kind of punish the Spectre a little bit.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
But you do have to worry a bit about your catch versus all of this split push. I think the other approach for Boom here is to go for a hero that's going to somehow pressure the Ember and the Nature's Prophet, because otherwise they're just going to be cutting your lanes and shoving things and playing under your towers, because you just don't have any way to really punish them. Like, unless you're going to get a blink on this Enigma and maybe go blink black hole somebody. But
Yeah.
5 seconds.
I think what's going to be really key is, again, it's going to be hide. You know, at what stage do you start to stop denying your own wave just to make sure it's not being pushed into you constantly, and start to try and create some aggression onto the other side of the map? How long can you stay in the jungle? You know, it's a very tight balancing act that you need to take into
Radiant
account.
team pick.
Phoenix for Fnatic.
So
Alright.
DJ Phoenix with thinking.
Yeah, I guess so. And then
Or-
just...
Could it be a pause for Ember Spirit, Ice, and then Moon goes mid on the Prophet?
I guess so. That is still, yeah, that's another variation
10
that's
seconds
available here. The core Phoenix certainly seems pretty good against the
5
Lone Druid,
seconds remaining.
right? You're gonna have the really high level fire spirits, good damage from your Sunray. Kind of hard for the Lone Druid to itemize against that at all.
You may now
And
select your heroes.
with the Shadow Fiend coming out, I think that might actually be the better setup. But no, they're just gonna go for the kind of the standard play here.
Mm-hmm. Well, interested to see how Moon does in that mid lane, coming up against this Shadow Fiend. Makoto is one of those heroes that he's really renowned for, and he's one of the top MMR players in all of Southeast Asia. So we'll see how he goes. It's definitely a superstar matchup between these two guys, but again, I'm going to be watching Hyde like a hawk and seeing his decision making throughout the game.
I don't think he's gonna get run at quite as much in the jungle this game as he did in that series against Adroit, right? They just had
10
like
seconds
Shaker
remaining.
chasing him around, and well, I guess it was
5
also a Bane in
seconds
that game
remaining.
that was kind of chasing him around in the jungle, but
They had a Bloodseeker as well, though.
yeah.
And I guess you've got the Prophet, right, that can make those rotations in onto him, which sucks. But still, we'll see how it goes for him. Definitely Phoenix is a lot less of that. You need to be not as aggressive. You need to be defensively farming to a certain extent. Well, based off this, do you reckon it's going to be a 1-1 for the series, or Boom going to be able to take it 2-0?
Okay, I'm gonna have to first go lane by lane, I guess. Like mid lane should be a win for the Shadow Fiend. Spectre's gonna get pretty good farm, but doesn't have a crazy impact early on. I feel like I like this Lone Druid's lane / game as well. So maybe I'm giving it to Boom, but a lot hangs on this SF. I worry that even if SF has a really good lane, Moon's going to start running around on the Ember, and if all it's going to take is like 1 or 2 deaths on the Shadow Fiend for this to suddenly look like a almost unwinnable game for Boom.
And that's always the danger with having a Nature's Prophet in the game, right? Like, you can always have that 2v1 rotation. Because I was about to say, look, if the Bane is able to leave the lane and come and, obviously get off a Nightmare, enable a bit of extra damage onto the Shadow Fiend and get a couple of kills before the 10-15 minute mark, then it becomes a lot harder for him. So maybe they're going to go for some kind of lane switch up here with Fnatic. Maybe enable the Bane to have that easier rotation through.
So what are you thinking the setup would then be?
Oh, no, I don't think they can, right? Because I was about to say, look, like, you can't go for a try. That is probably one of the worst try lines I've ever seen in my life with Bane, Phoenix, Spectre. It just...
Yeah.
No, it's just not
doesn't
it.
seem like a thing.
So I think it's just going to have to be all on ice high size to make those sorts of rotations, because I think with a Spectre, you don't have the freedom to just leave the lane as the Bane.
What is DJ doing? Just drawing triangles on the...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nope, stop that. Alright, now I'll scribble on your scribbles.
Can we draw?
I mean, we can, but not with them, unfortunately.
Aw.
Also, for some reason, is it still this way for you as well? Like when you draw on the minimap yourself, all the lines weirdly get connected together, and it's like just a mess.
It's a garble of squiggles, yeah.
Yeah. But for some reason, for the other person, like when you see me drawing on the minimap, it looks normal.
All right, draw something in the bottom right.
Sure.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just normal.
But like, if I draw a circle, it just gets filled in the middle, like, automatically.
Mine looks terrible.
Yeah, I really don't understand what's up with that. There's something not quite right about the spectator minimap drawing code, and it's been like that forever, as long as I can remember.
And they have changed up they're not taunting us with the fact that we can't play minigames with the players anymore. It's just removed it entirely.
Oh right,
for
we don't even get to see. Oh. I guess people aren't... That seems to have worn thin very quickly. I don't even see people playing the minigames anymore. Maybe people will play the Hero Hunt one a little bit, but musical chairs, dead,
Whack-a-meepo.
Whack-a-meepo very dead. Yeah.
I might do Whack-a-meepo like 1, just so that I beat everyone, but that's about it.
Sure. So we do just have the expected lanes, right? Phoenix is going for a headdress here on DJ, which is maybe a little bit outside of the ordinary. But, you know, nothing too crazy.
Do you reckon it's because he's laning with a Prophet and you just want to make sure his treants just stay fit and are able to fight a little bit more readily?
I guess so. I don't know if he's going to be... I don't know if he's going to be building anything really out of it.
He's already gone the Ring of Regen, so that's probably just for the Tranquil Boots, but maybe later on he can go into a pipe. They've got okay magic damage with the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I guess a pipe could be alright. 23 Savage is just going straight for the Radiance this game, it looks like, or at least that's what he's got queued up so far. Just after some treads. And hide, well, a few more clarities, and then, yeah, Necro 1. Definitely looking like the way forward. 23 Savage and Jabs just having a party.
Yeah, good prediction with the Bear as well. Getting a couple of rings of protection, realizing the way that Ice likes to build his Nature's Prophet with that Blightstone, so not wanting to cop too much harass.
Yeah, not a very aggressive build from Dreamacell, but I don't think he's really intending on getting too much help down here. It does seem like KezQ might be thinking about making plays elsewhere, and with that, he's just going to be left to farm and soak experience. Doesn't really need the Orb of Venom or anything to find kills, at least right off the bat. He is going to go for the Uv Blightstone, or has them queued up a little bit later on. Did he start with the... He didn't get a TP right away on the Bear, so we'll have to grab one a little bit later. As Boom just looking to secure 2 bounties. Actually trying for the 3rd at bottom. Dreamacell not going to have the faster fingers, as DJ will end up grabbing it. So 2-2.
He did get that first hit root though, which is really handy. Already putting DJ down a little bit on his HP. But the headdress, he's going to be fine.
Oh, Bear just sitting in the very edge of the tower protection. Gets that little bit of extra HP regen back. I've even seen people like on Centaur go and take hits and then run all the way back to the tier 2 for the even better tower protection.
The 3 HP regen?
Yeah.
Not for you.
No? You can see Ice and DJ, they've practiced a lot. They're synchronizing their denying fairly well.
Just making life hard for Dreamacell. Wave already bouncing away from the tower, so Fnatic getting the wave kind of in the position that they were hoping for. DJ looking to block up these camps, it looks like. Actually, is he trying to let the big camp spawn? KezQ not going to let it happen. And the small camp does end up spawning. We've seen Ice previously microing a treant over there to prevent it, but this time around looks like KezQ might have access to the small camp to get a little bit more lane control going. How's mid lane going? 8 CS already on Moon, so doing very well out of these first couple of waves. The Makoto not too far behind him, and just going to be grabbing all these mangoes and rushing towards his bottle very quickly. As
Ice already has 5 denies. He's doing incredibly well. 6 down on this bottom side. So, especially early on, taking advantage of the fact that KezQ wasn't there and synchronizing it together with DJ, and now with this Voodoo Restoration, there's not too much threat coming through from the Witch Doctor for any sort of turnaround potential.
Yeah, it does seem like KezQ taking a relatively passive approach to the lane. What has Hyde been up to? I saw that he was getting chased a little bit earlier. He is just starting to jungle up some
Stacking,
golems here.
Trying to.
I didn't quite get it. So FBZ, lane's in a decent position for him. They know that the Bane isn't there, so seems like he's content to just kind of take the 1v1 fight. And, oh, Courier needs to be careful. Alright. Reconsiders his life decisions and does take a little path around.
Good map awareness coming through. Hyde is going to be a little annoyed. He just popped a clarity previously. Oh, well, I say that. Courier's dead.
Has been killed.
Not very fun for Jabs. He started with boots, so it doesn't have any more regen to his name. 23 Savage still just farming away. 15-3 against 9-2 on mid. I feel like I should watch this mid lane for a little bit because Moon is putting in some work. SF is going to get the level 4 off of this creep. So certainly helpful for him, but Moon already has the bottle coming out. And he gets the deny on the range creep there. Not what you want to be seeing for this Shadow Fiend. The one thing that should be guaranteed for him this game is the laning stage, but so far, it's going the Ember's way. Are we going to have a battle for the 4-minute rune? Let's see. Kezcute probably going to make a rotation over. Might even see Hyde try and get involved. A little bit of damage onto Jabs. FBZ running over. Gets the immediate disarm, so say goodbye to your armor. And Jabs just trying to run this one out. Does accept his fate. And first blood coming out. Alright, it should be a much better Necrobook timing with that, especially, than that game yesterday.
Some hashtag value for Moon, though. It's the tactical death, making sure he's able to refill his bottle if he TPs mid.
Oh, right. Water boy, here we go. And the refill. Alright.
He refills. And it's 4 minutes, so Jabs is here to be able to contest it anyway. What a great death. Perfectly executed.
Very value. Where's it gonna be? Oh, it's a haste at bottom. Well, Moon just eats up all those sips and very quickly grabs it.
By leaving for that little bit, though, Mikoto has got that slight little lead now in terms of the experience, so he's happy with that.
Yeah, very nice. And now he's got the level 3 raise, so can put a lot more pressure onto Moon. Up at top, Hyde a little bit low. Jab's coming in for the backstab.
Radiant's courier has been
As
killed.
DJ actually going to get Kezcute's courier down here as he goes for a stack pull into the small camp.
Our most hated small camp.
Yeah, well, at least he's got the Vools, right? Those actually do some damage.
Yes.
But yeah, the Kobold's not doing a whole lot. Mid lane trade. Ice TPing in.
Radiant's middle tower
Should have been
is
watching
under
there,
attack.
but this is going to end up just being a 1-for-1. Nicely done by Mikoto to at least find the kill before going down.
I mean, the fact that he was able to do that with Jabs rotating and Ice, so you have to say that's a huge win for the SF.
Yeah, that's really nice. Well, Jabs comes and grabs a bounty over here. It does look like it's going to be 3 for Fnatic.
Korea's just gonna live.
What is Hyde doing over here? Does your Shadow Fiend really want you being over here farming this camp? I am not so sure.
I think it just got to the stage where maybe he needed a little bit of that passive experience coming through from the mid lane just to get onto his level 3.
DJ's looking at him. Just wants a couple of these Eidolons. Should be able to clear them up. Poor Hyde just never catches a break. There's never uninterrupted farm on this Enigma. It's really, he goes somewhere, somebody runs over, kills a couple of his Eidolons. He has to go find a new home.
You get what you deserve. Well, he's about 1,000 gold away from his Necro, so hopefully for his sake he doesn't wait until the 17-minute mark to grab it. DJ is positioning himself around this bottom rune. It's luckily enough for regen for him, so picks that one up. Didn't body block the camp though.
Is under attack.
So they nightmared FBZ to try and kill him, but the nightmare blocked the spectral dagger damage.
Ugh.
So FBZ ends up surviving because of that. Though if they hadn't nightmared him, he probably would have just gotten away anyway. So, you know, tough call. Probably needed to coordinate just a little bit better. But FBZ back to base. Hyde finds a little bit more experience. He doesn't really mind when his cores get pushed out of lane. He's more than happy to go and soak that experience for them. Dreamcell just going to be going for the standard build, it looks like, though he doesn't have anything queued up just yet on the Lone Druid. Though I don't know if there's really any other build other than this, like, Mask of Madness right-click kind of thing. Moon getting walked out at mid. Kezcute happy that he's got a little bit more time on his hands, able to battle against DJ. They do really want this dive onto the Shadow Fiend. He doesn't have the Requiem just yet. Just getting auto-attacked, paralyzing cast,
trapped.
bouncing around a little bit. He's trapped inside of the Warcraft 3 surround. Jump away at the last moment. Ice now looking with the Wrath of Nature. Kezcute, is that TP going to be fast enough? It's not. Poor guy. And now Hyde even getting spotted out a little bit. Moon with the regen rune, slight chains. Jab's able to keep the chase going. Just gonna Nightmare to buy a little bit more time so DJ can move into position, and now they can all just beat the Enigma to death. See you, buddy. Are they gonna give this one to Moon? At least cancel Moon's regen. Alright. Well. And actually, a route into a follow-up route on Ice. Not very happy with the way that things are going at mid. And at least Mikoto comes in and gets some immediate souls back. It's pretty good for him.
Yeah, really handy. And he's going to try and push this wave out quickly enough. I mean, with all these rotations that are coming through, sure, you're getting a few kills onto Mikoto, but it's not hurting his net worth that much. And more importantly, it's not hurting his experience at all. He's still a full level ahead of Moon here.
Battle for the 8-minute rune, but it is actually top, so Jab's going to hold onto that prize here. Mikoto probably going to get Nightmare. They're threatening the TP again. There is a lot of hate being put towards the Shadow Fiend this game, but rightfully so. They don't have a ton of kill potential on the Lone Druid necessarily, and there's not a whole lot of punish coming out when you've got a position 4 Enigma, so Fnatic just kind of able to play wherever they want on the map.
They found Jabs.
He's in pretty deep. Hyde gonna wake up FBZ, who immediately goes for the Rolling Thunder. Jabs maybe wishing that he could take that Nightmare onto himself, but he's now dead.
Goes the 1 point in the shield crash to secure it.
I think he actually had that a little earlier. He used it when
okay.
when they went on him before, so he was like 3-1-1 even before.
For the survivability.
I guess so. Yeah. There may have been like a big creep that he was trying to secure or something, and just opted
Or maybe
for
the
one
Sprout
point.
escape or something like that.
Yeah, he has gone for the Soul Ring, so I can kind of see the justification for.
Oh, Moon's gonna kill Dreamer Cell down here.
Ooh, they're looking for it. Wrath of Nature. Here comes the damage. He's going to pop the ultimate to try and survive. And he gets the immediate route onto Moon, controlling him a little bit longer. FBZ coming through.
Disarm.
Doesn't have the Rolling Thunder. There is the Disarm, though, protecting Dreamcell from the damage. And he's still sending the Bear in. Fnatic really going for a deep dive. They will end up losing their mid. But these Swashbuckles are doing huge damage. And Kezcute with the Paralyzing Cask helping out a little bit. But now Ice and Jabs just turn their attention towards him. He's got nowhere to go. There is a TP coming through from Mikoto. Gonna miss on the short raise, just trying to interrupt the TP with the Requiem Bomb. Does do it, and that long raise will finish him off. So at least the Shadow Fiend gets something out of that TP, and ends up being a 3 for 2 at bottom.
Oh, okay. I thought Jabs might have gone for that that take on the outpost. He definitely had the capability to, especially with the Shadow Fiend having just used the Requiem.
So he would have given away a bounty to take it, but
I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
When you got a Phoenix, you need levels ASAP.
Well, I mean, they got experience no matter what, right?
Yeah, but like the different.
He's just going for the Orchid this game. Mikoto Yules, but still just jungling for the moment. Necrobook is up. It is not a late teens Necrobook this game.
New. They've got this kill potential if they're able to find out Moon here. Black Hole also available.
Here comes running forward. Hyde gonna beeline him, but Moon just trying to drag this wave and hold onto the tower a little bit longer. Mikoto and Kezcute are also rotating up. I believe the Yules is just about to be delivered. So Moon feeling confident. He's just gonna get straight up Black Hole. Hyde finds the opportunity. Long range raise from Mikoto walking up, and FBZ more than happy to take that kill. Big investment, but you're not always gonna find a good opportunity to use the Black Hole this early. So may as well just bomb it out for a kill and the tower takedown.
Gotta take when you can get it. Again, another first hit bash. I mean, root rather.
Oh, they're just going to keep on pressuring. I'm pretty happy to have all of the space. They've got a nice Observer Ward down, spotting any rotations into the dire jungle, so it does just seem like, for now, we're going to have a bit of a trade-off. Both teams taking one side of the map. Moon does TP all the way over to the outposts. Maybe looking for something down here. Is he going... Is this a Maelstrom first? Or... Where's his courier? What is this Mythril Hammer about? Dreamcell gets the ultimate off once again. Trapped inside of the Sprout. They are going to drop down the Supernova. Can't really deal with that. So just going to try and run for it. They're getting body blocked a little bit, and here comes the grip. Lone Druid unable to escape, so Mikoto just going to try with the Requiem to get the kill onto Moon. Nice triple raise brings him down. At least Boomer getting something out of these goes on the Lone Druid.
I don't mind it at all, though. Again, they paid a lot of attention to Mikoto early on into the game, and despite that, he's still sitting in first on his net worth. Sure, you're giving a little bit of space to Savage, and it's not going to be worthwhile, these, you know, one-for-one trades as it progresses on. He's approaching that Sacred Relic, but for now, you have to be reasonably alright with it.
I always feel kind of surprised at how quickly the Spectre can farm even without any real farming items. right? Like, you're just chugging clarities and spamming Spectral Dagger, and that's enough to kind of keep you up there, even with some of these really good flash farming heroes like the SF. Of course, 23 Savage has not really participated too much this game. He's mostly just been hitting creeps the entire time, but...
Yeah, I think his one team fight, right, was that one underneath this tier 1 tower at bot where he's sitting right now. He haunted in.
So FPZ just going to go for a Blink Dagger next. Dreamcell does have the Mask of Madness up and is just going to go straight into a Desolator after that. Hyde
DJ?
Mech is queued up.
Oh, gets out somehow.
Well, I think he's still...
I think he should die to the
Yeah, I
Maledict,
think he's still dead to this Maledict. He's going to maybe deny himself to the Ancients. Instead, he's trying to heal. Realizes a little bit too late that even the tick damage was going to bring him down. So Kescute gladly takes that kill. He's got the Maledict maxed out, so it does a lot of damage at this stage.
Yeah. And 23 Savage again, he knows exactly where to find farm and when. They just used the Death Ward, they just used the Rolling Thunder, so he's happy to be down on this side of the map despite lacking a little bit of vision here. Sacred Relic finished up.
Yeah, they are pinging him on the Lone Druid. They know where 23 Savage is, but the question is, can they actually do anything about him? Hyde jungling in pretty deep. There is already a Sentry Ward down from the Dire, but this Observer just a little bit out of range. Jabs does have a Fiend's Grip available. So Enigma fairly easy kill. They don't even need the grip for it. DJ actually going to end up being brought down by all the summons. Actually, that's really not that bad for Hyde. Needs to be said.
Did he die to the Necro Book? Yeah, Necro Book
okay.
damage.
Right. What, so he just burned it up with the Sunray and that was just the end of him? I think it was already maybe a little bit low from jungling. FBZ looking for Moon. Alright, can he keep the chain stun going though is the question. No. No, he cannot. Jabs came in here to try and do something. Does get the Nightmare onto the Spirit Bear. Lone Druid gonna deal with that. So the Dreamcell Bear can just keep going forward. Finish this kill off. What's happening at bottom? Requiem bombed onto 23 Savage, but here comes Ice. They do have an Illusion Rune, so he's able to get out of the Orchid, but he might still just be dead anyway. 23 Savage walking away. Raindrop helping him out, and straight back to farm for the Spectre.
You can tell Moon was a little bit salty about all those return kills that the SF was able to get onto him, and perhaps underestimating the effect of that dispersion.
So I don't even think he got the Requiem like dead on.
No,
there he wasn't underneath the Yules. So yeah, not gonna one-shot the Spectre, and Ice is TPing in. They've also spotted Kescute. This is the global mobility that their lineup provides. They've also got a Fiend's Grip over on Hyde. So he's going to be brought down near the Roshan pit, and boom, losing 3 heroes across the map. Fnatic can now really make just any play that they want. They're even going a little bit deeper, looking towards FBZ. Might be able to force out the Rolling Thunder. He does have the Swashbuckle to get out.
But this is Fnatic gameplay, right? Like, taking fights at the exact same time throughout other sides of the map and forcing not necessarily poor decisions, but difficult decisions out of the enemy team.
Yeah, they're always good at, like, teaming up just 2 heroes, and the 2 supports teaming up to go and find these kills. I think is a great example of Fnatic really just having the recognition of when they're strong, where they're able to make plays. FBZ getting jumped on the mid lane, pretty much instantly popped. Kescute in some danger. 23 Savage still looking for him. He does have this Maledict on him, so needs to be a little bit careful with how he chooses to play. The Death Ward starting to come out. Hyde with the immediate black hole. And yeah, 23 Savage maybe a chase too far. Hyde getting ticked out. Looking like the Soulburn should just finish him off. Kescute trying desperately with that 1 point in the Voodoo Restoration to keep him alive. And jabs at the
maybe if it was leveled up, that could be the difference.
Maybe if it was a good ability, Danog, the people would level it up. How about that? Buff my boy Witch Doctor, please.
He's fine.
Well, maybe. Maybe he would be too strong if Voodoo Restoration was actually good. But.
Yeah, alright. First hit root coming through again? No, not locking out this time.
So Moon is just going like straight up BKB this game on the Ember Spirit.
Again, just threatening these TPs at all stages of the game here on Ice. He's keeping the lane pushed out with his army of treants as well. The little coconut men taking out this tower, or at least putting a few spears into it.
So has Lone Druid given up on the Deso idea? Seems like it. Does look like he's just going for the MKB now.
Yeah.
Radiant Spectre is just farming away, finds a People's Gift. Very nice. Just anything to beef you up that little bit more. Get some more dispersion damage going back. Makoto, this Shadow Fiend build just always feels kind of risky to me. Like you're really gambling on getting some big pickoffs with the Yules, and just sort of hasn't happened just yet. So we'll see what he can do. Can he maybe bomb Moon here? He's gonna try with the Rolling Thunder to keep him locked down, but he gets the slide off and just jumps away.
Unfortunate, and lets him know about it immediately. With the Spectre as well, he opted to go for the little bit greedier build, going for the all stats and locking out, getting the Vampire Fangs from that tier 2 drop, so he's not going to be impacted too much.
And Hyde also... Okay, they're really shifting gears on Boom here. Like, originally they had the Deso and the Mech queued up between the Lone Druid and the Enigma, but you can see the story starting to shift a little bit. They're like, okay, wait a second. Maybe we need to think about this game going a little bit longer. Maybe the Nature's Prophet and the Ember are just making too much space. The Spectre's also shoving out lanes. We're not going to be in a position to end this super soon, so let's kind of gear up to maybe play for the late game a little bit more. And,
they're forcing some defensive rotations down to this bot side. You've got Hyde, but his Black Hole's on cooldown for the next 40 seconds or so, and I mean they're keen. They're fine with just leaving right now. Prophet can TP back in anytime he wants. I'm sure they want to try and defend this outpost area, potentially with Ice grabbing the Radiant one that they currently have within the Dire jungle.
Yeah, not a bad time to fight. They're getting 2 BKBs right now.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 BKBs and a Radiant's Haunt. Boom. Don't really have anything all that new. They're coming out. Smoke gets broken. Moon needs to be careful. Gets the chains out onto one. He has been feared and now rooted up as well. Gonna force out the BKB. They are gonna lose the life of the Enigma pretty much immediately. They have to run away from the Supernova. Shadow Fiend trapped up in the air. Does get the blink away. But the 2 supports dead so far. And Moon does get caught by this Requiem, but there's just so much damage from Fnatic. The Bear trying to find this kill. Nice Rolling Thunder back through from FBZ. They're going to Nightmare up Moon just so that he can find the escape. Nicely played by Jabs. And now Dreamacell also getting chased up onto the high ground. Ice wanting a little more. They really want this Bear. Here come the Treants. He's calling his team back in. The dagger not quite going to land. And it does seem like Dreamacell is going to get the Bear out of there. But still, even with the Bear surviving, huge team fight for Fnatic.
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to pick off the the Enigma at the start of that team fight. No Black Hole used, so maybe they're going to now go for something. They don't have the Haunt available. They don't have the Supernova. No Fiend's Grip, and not really.
Okay, Jabs. Now the one in some danger, perhaps. They are actually coming back in with the Nature's Prophet, so Kezcute will end up being punished.
See you later, Kezcute.
Yeah. Fnatic with the global mobility, right? They can just kind of always be everywhere. They're just holding this line across mid and bottom, so only giving Boom really one place that they can go. Hyde is up here on the Enigma, kind of pushing out the wave, but other than that, now FBZ getting caught out by the Orchid. Ice is just able to be everywhere. The Sprout got cut down, and Ice just filled the hole with a Treant. That was great.
Oh, they're continuing to go.
Yeah, Makoto kind of getting caught out. Yules is on cooldown. Moon's still just running at him. DJ doesn't have the dive. Rammed it up onto the high ground. Kezcute looking for the turnaround, but out comes the BKB. Moon really wants this kill, but is he actually going to get it? The Slight finishes it off. It's 2 down. Supernova dropped. FBZ actually going to get caught by that. Jabs does actually have the Fiend's Grip. He doesn't even get into the Rolling Thunder. There's nothing to interrupt this. Ice is still deep inside of the base. Hyde needs to decide if he's going for this Black Hole. He does also get it on a 23 Savage. The Slight's going to clean him up, but Ice still brought down. But this is just Fnatic in a nutshell. There's a tier 2 mid. There's a tier 1 top. And they're inside the enemy base taking kills.
It's just insane teamfight cohesion coming out. I mean, this early Orchid as well as the BKB that they've been able to grab for Ice, it just enables them to do so much. The silencers are instant, meaning that, you know, the Death Ward wasn't able to channel for more than probably 1 second, and beyond that, there's really no reason to back off outside of that base. You know, like you said, they still do have the 2 towers up on this top side of the map, but they don't care. They've got the sustain to be able to just withstand it.
DJ just immediately shoves in the mid wave. No matter what happens, they're just not letting Boom back into the Radiant jungle, and they're even covering this top side a little bit. They really need to get this D-ward if they can, but Kescute even needs a couple more sentries. And if this ward stays up, that is troublesome. Yeah, Jabs is kind of just walking over. They've spotted Mikoto. They want him dead. Can he get the blink off? This time around, won't be able to do it. Kescute's down. Mikoto trying with the raises, but is DJ dead to Maledict is the question here. I think he might be.
He'll be fine. But man, that feels bad. You know, just respawning, going onto the one part of the map that you feel should be safe, and then immediately getting popped.
Yep, and now Fnatic, even though they're not the best Roshan lineup in the world, they do have the Manta on the Spectre now. Gonna make pretty quick work of this. DJ keeping everybody sustained. Boomer coming over, but this is just not a fight that they can realistically take.
They don't have the black hole. They can't do it.
Yeah, Dreamcell running at Jabs. Gets the immediate fear off. Here comes the Supernova. How are you going to deal with this? Moon looking to catch a little bit more. Doesn't quite get the Slight Chains combination. FBZ rolling out of this one. Dreamcell, they get the silence onto Hyde. He was trying to find the angle, but didn't even have the black hole currently. Ice is just going to finish him off, and boom. They've had enough of this game. GG's.
Ice MVP. Has to be said. 11, 3, and 9.
Moon dropping all of his items.
You know, he got a little bit frustrated with all the attention that was being put onto him, but it was all counterplays, Moon. Calm down.
Yeah,
but
you can. And then you're like, well, look, you guys are ganking me. Who's ganking my Spectre? Really, nothing stopping 23 Savage that whole game. He beelined the Radiance, and what was the? I think it was even a pretty good timing, right? He had a Radiance at 16 minutes. Like.
Yeah, pretty insane. Like, even with a Spectre, Ice, most net worth, most kill involvements, second most, only behind Moon, most damage, most building damage. It's just a great play all throughout. And the amount of silences and space he was able to create with that just enabled his other cores even more. So that's why you got to ban this Prophet against Fnatic.
Yeah, they're just too good at using the global mobility. Right? It's like, oh, every Wrath of Nature or every teleport that's available, there's just somebody there connecting a kill, right? And Ice is orchestrating all of that. Boom just didn't really get to play very much. The Nature's Prophet kind of shut the Shadow Fiend out of the game. They were just running at him from like minute 6. And then what was Mikoto supposed to do, right? Every single time he showed on the map, there was just Prophet TPing at him, and the Enigma pick, I don't even know if that was necessarily the problem, but you do kind of see the issue when the enemy team has these fast heroes that can just run at you with the Ember and the Nature's Prophet. The like one black hole every 3 minutes is not enough of a contribution to the game. Really.
Yeah. You have to feel for poor Kescute as well. Every single team fight he was just being run at, and there's nothing that you can do.
Yeah, he really didn't have any plays he could make. That is kind of the problem as well with picking the Witch Doctor is this laning support, but then you pick Lone Druid who doesn't want you to be in his lane, right? So it's like, oh, okay, I guess I can like pull and stack and maybe go camp mid a little bit, but that is maybe a bit of a problem for the Boom draft. But Fnatic just played great. I think that has to be acknowledged as well.
Fantastic game for them. Which means that 2 series done, 1 more remains for the day. TNC back on the stage, and they're coming up against Execration. So we'll see if they're able to take it out like they did in 2-0 fashion against Signal in our first series of the day, or if Execration are going to be able to bring back some pride for them.